Hey guys, I'm BranThePoet, the Makavelian Mystery, and welcome to my YouTube channel, the Makavelian Mystery. So this is a word spoken video or a thing about video, and basically instead of poetry, this is me trying to air out certain ideas that I have, things that might be able to help someone or inform someone about things that I felt were important. So there's a thing about Black Panther, which I really want you guys to go see. It is quite long, but it's worth it, I believe. So yeah, hopping right into it, this video is called The Thing About Self-Doubt. Now, a little backstory, I'm in the process of doing my A-levels. In about a month and a bit, I will be taking my first paper. Some would say 5 weeks. Yeah, but it's been a trying experience thus far because I'm not done with it yet. And it has made me question my self-worth, and it has knocked my self-esteem a few times because it's things like trying to revise that one piece of whatever in whatever subject, and it just wasn't working out. You know, having that thought, like working really hard and then not getting the grades that you want, and just thinking, you know what, maybe this whole school situation just isn't for me. I've had more than a few of those moments, and I'm hoping I'm not the only one. And so I'm making this video to sort of hammer down points about self-doubt, and to sort of, you know, in this last month and a bit, this last stride and that we have to do, I'm hoping that this helps someone somewhere. So yeah, I believe that self-doubt works in 3 main ways: questioning, worry, and fear. I'm going to start with fear. So the fear settles in with things like, maybe I won't be able to do this. Maybe I won't be able to pass. Maybe I won't achieve this. This isn't really for me, is it? Ugh. Those things, those thoughts, that fear that you have that maybe what you're doing isn't where you're meant to be, or what you're achieving or what you're trying to achieve you won't be able to achieve. That fear settles in. And that fear settles in, and it is terrifying because it makes you worry. That leads me to my second point. Now, the worry settles in after the fear. The fear is what galvanizes the worry. The worry is what we do. We worry, I believe, as people, simply because there are certain situations that are out of our control. But we don't want to feel as if we're not doing anything at all. And so to make up for that, we worry. And it's not always terrible, because sometimes worry is like that extra kick that you need. You know, like for example, if you're doing coursework or something and your teacher's telling you, oh, you only have 1 more week, and now you're worried about giving it in, and so you're on the ball trying to hit it, making sure that you do what you need to do, you know. So I feel like worry can be very healthy, but as with everything, too much of one thing is good for nothing. And I feel like because of the fear, you worry in a state that is unhealthy. You are consumed by this because you feel as if, oh, if I don't worry, then maybe I'm not taking this as seriously. You have people who genuinely believe that I get scared if I don't get at least a little shook up by exams, because what am I doing? I mean, I should be worried. This is part of my future, you know. This is making the foundations for where I'm planning my life to go. And so not having that worry makes me feel as if I'm doing something wrong. And it's not anything wrong. If you're not worried, maybe you've got this. Maybe, you know, at the moment you don't need to worry. I think that it is an extra push, but when push comes to shove, at the end of the day, it is fine, you know. If you do worry and if you don't, either way, okay. So that was worry. Worry is what we do to sort of fill the void, so we feel as if we're doing something about the thing that we have no control over. It's like when you're on the phone with someone and you start pacing. The reason why you're pacing is because you don't have that physical person to bounce back off, and so you're trying to have that movement to sort of fill that gap. And so that's what worry is. But worry can be like adrenaline. It galvanizes you to do that thing that you didn't sort of have the spirit to do before. It gives you that extra zest, that extra push. So yeah, I feel like worry is healthy, but too much of one thing, as I said before, is good for nothing. And that leads on to the third, which is making you question yourself. Self-doubt makes you question so much. It makes you question your character. It makes you question your capability. It makes you question if your ideas are even the correct ones to be having. Having moments where you're thinking, oh, maybe these exams aren't for me. Maybe education isn't for me. What if I fail? You know, you the fear and the worry have instilled a sense of doubt in you that makes you feel as if maybe, just maybe, this isn't for me. Maybe, just maybe, this isn't where I'm meant to be. And that starts to play on your mind. But then you need to realize, how can you expect to pass? How can you expect to succeed? How can you expect to achieve what you want if you yourself do not believe that you can? I mean, that's the biggest takeaway here. Self-doubt makes you feel as if you cannot do what you can. But you can. I mean, you have put in the work, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully you've put in the work. You know, you've done the things that you need to do. You've done the best that you can do. There is nothing more that you can do other than your best. Because I understand that maybe Jonathan is getting A stars and, you know, Mary is getting A stars, but you're here and you're settling with B's and C's and you're worried. But you need to understand, your race is not the same race as everybody else's. What you're trying to do and where you're trying to be is going to take you there, but it is going to take time, your time. I mean, think of it like this. Some people hit their growth spurt early. Some people hit puberty early. Some people are tall. Some people are average heighted. But that doesn't mean that one is any better than the other. I don't want any girls talking about how, oh yeah, no, no, I'm talking like very literally. It doesn't take away from you because you are taller or shorter. You are growing at your own pace. If you are 5'2", then you are not meant to be 6'2". You are 5'2" because you are 5'2". That is your growth. If you are 6 foot, you are 6 foot because you are 6 foot. That is your growth. If you are achieving what you need to be achieving now and you're comfortable, that's brilliant. If you're not, then work harder. But you need to understand that not everybody has the same pace of achievement, you know? And too many people pay attention to not really their own abilities and capabilities, but the abilities of other people and how that compares to them. But you can take, for example, a policy that works in one country and apply it to a different country. Let's say, for example, if Britain tried to apply the one-child policy from China, it just wouldn't work as well. Why? Because the reasons behind it are completely different. Where we're coming from, the culture, the dynamics, those are different things. And so each person, maybe mind maps work for you, but mind maps don't work for the next person. And that's because the way that you intake information and the way that the next person intakes information might be completely different. And so if you are so different, why would you compare? Why would you allow doubt to settle in so far that you are now thinking, maybe this isn't for me, when you started, you thought, I can do this. You know, when you started, you thought, I can achieve this. So why now are you thinking to yourself, I cannot? Because of a few stumbles. Because you couldn't achieve what you wanted to the first try, or because you needed to work harder this time around. That's all the journey. Everybody gets it at different levels. Some people don't get it maybe in education, but they get it in friendships, hardships that they cannot control. That will make them think, oh, maybe I'm a terrible person because this person's been saying it. I mean, I could be wrong. It would not be the first time. But my take from this is you should not let anything make you feel as if you are less than you are. You should not allow anything to make you feel as if you cannot succeed where you can. Yes, it will be hard. It will not always be easy, and that is the sad truth about it, because life is not fair. But that does not mean that you give up. That does not mean it's not meant for you. That means that you push a bit harder. You try a bit harder. You try something else. You know, you work smarter, because sometimes, just sometimes, that's all you need to do. If what you're doing is not working, try something new, you know? I feel like I've gone on a bit of a tangent, but this has been a thing about self-doubt. Hopefully it helps someone out there. And yeah, do not allow yourself to be knocked down by these exams. Do not allow yourself to be knocked down by people. Do not allow yourself to be knocked down by situations. Do not allow it to get under your skin to the point where you doubt who you are. Because who you are is amazing. And allowing anyone to undermine that is unfair to you and unfair to everything that you could achieve and will achieve if you put your head down. So yeah, this has been the thing about self-doubt. I hope that someone has had some positive takeaway from this, and I apologize for the tangent that I did go on. So yeah, thank you for watching. This has been good. I haven't posted a video for a while, so this has been brilliant for me. Thank you very much, and blessings. And one more thing. Remember, the same boiling water that hardens the egg softens the potato. So don't compare yourself to the next one. Alright, now I'm gone.